Hello soulmates, thank you for coming back once again to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber and if today is your first time, you are highly welcome. Please do well to subscribe. Today I'll be making this beautiful vest jacket. It's a very easy tutorial. As long as you know how to operate a sewing machine, this is something you can make in no time. Stick around till the end if this is something you're interested in watching, and please don't forget to give this video a like and also drop a comment on the comment section. Thank you. For this jacket, you're going to be making use of just 1 yard of material. You do not need much fabric. I made use of 1 yard, although this material was up to 3 yards because I use it for the trouser as well as the jacket. So I made use of this lining. This is a suit lining. When you go to where they sell linings, ask of a suit lining. That is actually the best lining, especially for a corporate material like this. If you want to make use of Ankara fabric, of course you can use any lining. I'll share the link of the video of how to make a trouser in case you're interested in watching it. Just check my description box below. So guys, this is how I folded my fabric into two, because I'll be cutting the back piece first. So first you need to determine the width of your measurement. You can take your hip measurements divided by 4 and you add additional 2 inches. It will still be perfect. So the first thing I'm doing now is to take the length of this jacket. Remember, our jacket is not that long, so I want to have 20 inches at the end of the day. Because of that, I'll be taking 21 inches because ½ inch will be for the joining at the shoulder and ½ inch below will be for the turning of the lining. So right now I'm going ahead to mark the lines across, both the ending line and the beginning line. This is a very easy tutorial for the beginners. So the next thing you do is to take your chest line. So I'm making use of 8.5 as my chest line. So go ahead to mark yours. You can make use of from 8 to 9 inches. It will still be okay depending on the person. The next thing you do is to take your shoulder to waist line. I went ahead to mark mine at 16 inches. And then go ahead to take your shoulder measurements divided by 2 at the beginning line. So mark it at the chest line and then connect a straight line like this to connect the two lines together. The next thing you go ahead to do is take your neck measurements. I made use of a neck width of 3.5 inches and a neck depth of 1.5. This is because I'm cutting directly on my fabric. Then go ahead to use your free hand like this to connect your neck. This is very simple. Next thing you do is to come down by ½ inch for your shoulder slant. This is because we are cutting directly on the fabric, so I'm not coming down with 1 inch. So the next thing you're going to do is to take your bust measurements divided by 4, starting from the center line. Mark what you have on your chest line and add additional 2 inches or 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. Next thing you go ahead to do is to curve your armhole like this. You can use your armhole curve to connect it if you're a beginner, or just use your free hand and follow the way I'm curving mine. Next thing you go ahead to take is your waist measurements divided by 4, and I'm adding extra 1 inch for that because we're going to be taking that, and then add your normal seam allowance. Go ahead to connect it like this. The next thing you do for the down part, you're going to take the same thing you're taking on your waist measurement, then you're going to add additional 1 inches. I didn't even add up to 1 inch. I added ½ inch because at the end of the day I didn't want it to be big since it's still around the waist measurement. So I connected it like this, and that is just all for the back measurement. So I'll just go ahead to cut it out. This is it guys. I'll place it on another fabric to cut the front. So I've gone ahead to cut out this piece of fabric, also placed on fold, and I'm placing the back piece on it. Make sure the width of the front is at least 3 inches or 2 inches wider than the back, and then also add enough allowance at the down part because of the front. Remember, the front is a bit longer than the back at the center part, so I added extra 4 inches from the down length. So 4 inches is okay. You can use 4 inches or 5 inches. I think 4 inches is perfect. So I went ahead to draw the line across like this to know that that is going to be the ending part for the front. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to add 1/4 inch. This is going to serve as our button allowance. So I would suggest you should make use of just 1 inch. 1 inch will still be very perfect. So I'm going ahead to place it on that line. So just make sure you not shift it more than the 4 inches allowance down below. So at this point, you can go ahead to cut out every other line and stop it around this part. So before then, let me go ahead to add my sewing allowance. Remember where our sewing allowance stopped? It was around 2 inches. So I'm going to mark and stop there at the sewing allowance point. And then you're going to try to get your nipple to nipple divided by 2. Remember, we started from this allowance. So I'm going to measure my nipple to nipple divided by 2 from the center. I'm marking what I have. When I mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2, I actually added ½ inch to it. So if your nipple to nipple divided by 2 is 3.5, make use of 4 inches. And then this is where I'm going to connect them from to form the triangle. As you can see, it's something very easy. So just go ahead to connect it like this. I made use of my straight ruler in order to connect it. So this is something very easy for you to do. It shouldn't take you up to an hour to actually make this. So this is it. As you can see, I'm going ahead to define my triangle very well. From this button allowance point, just draw a straight line. So right now I'll go ahead to cut out the front, but for the neck, we are going to still reduce the neck again because it's going to be a V-neck. But for now, just cut out the neck the way it is with the back. So right now, I'll go ahead to remove the back piece, and then we're going to be opening up the center of the front. Remember, the front is supposed to be open because of the buttons. So now I will be doing the V-neck for the front. So I made use of about 9 inches. You can make use of 8 inches, 7 inches, depending on how deep you want it to be. So I think 9 inches is okay. So I'll just go ahead to, I wanted to fix 4 buttons. So I was just counting. You know, we are going to wear something inside, but if you do not want to wear any inner, you can make use of 7 inches. 7 inches will be perfect, so it won't show your cleavage. I ended up making use of 8.5 because of how I'm connecting the V-neck. As you can see, I'm just connecting it to the end. I did not curve it, so I'll just connect it to the end like this. So the button part, the end of the button allowance is supposed to be the 9 inches at the end of the day, but it's still okay since my client wanted to wear a shirt under it, so I feel it's still very okay. So guys, the next thing I'll be doing is to reduce the armhole for the front a little, just like reducing it with ½ inch around the center part. That's what I'm just doing. You can go ahead to measure yours before reducing. We are done cutting at this point. This is how it looks like. I'll go ahead to cut the linings for each of it, the front as well as the back. So here is it after cutting it. I make sure to cut the same thing for the lining and the material. So 2 parts for this front side, and then the back piece is on fold. So let's go ahead to start our sewing. To start our sewing, we're going to be taking the darts separately. Take the darts for the front as well as the darts for the back, and for the linings also separately. Go ahead to fold your material from the center. Mark your nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2 plus ½ inch. Just go ahead to fold it there. First, you need to iron it very well in order to have the lines for your dart. So I'll go ahead to take it to where I'm going to be ironing it and iron it very well. I did the same thing for the lining. I'm also going to be doing the same thing for the front part. For the front part, remember we added 1/4 inch. So from that line, that's where I'm measuring to take my nipple to nipple measurement. I'll do the same thing for this lining part too. I had to mark where my 1/4 inch is first before doing that. Note the way you're placing your front piece when placing your dart. Do not mistakenly place the dart on the wrong part. You know the front piece has 2 pieces, so be sure to check it very well. So here's it, guys, after ironing it. As you can see, the mark is coming out. That's the essence of ironing it. So you go ahead to fold it at the point of that mark. Fold it, and that is where you're going to be placing the dart. I'll go ahead to place the dart for the back. For the back, in order to place the dart, you're going to place it on the wrong part of the fabric, on the wrong part. Take note of your wrong side. So from the measurement, go ahead to take it from your chest line. So you can take it from 8 inches or 9 inches, but I usually like marking it from my chest line, and then I'm going to be stopping around 20 inches because I don't want it to reach the end of this top. It doesn't matter if it reaches the end, but I just didn't want it to reach the end. See the way I'm taking the dart? Just go ahead to do the same for yours. I'll do the same thing for this other side too, and I'm also going to be doing the same thing for my lining piece. Just take the dart separately. I'm going to show you the reason why we are taking our dart separately as we progress. After getting the line for the front also, I'm going to be taking the front dart. So for the front dart, you're going to be coming down by 1 inch below your shoulder to bust point. So mine was actually 12 inches, but I came down by 12.5 because we are going to be joining the shoulder with 1/2 inch. So I'm going to also end it at 20 inches just like we did to the back. And so just see how I'm drawing the dart for the front also. Go ahead to do the same thing for yours. So I'll just take it to my sewing machine to sew at that point. I'll do the same thing for the lining part and for the other pieces. Make sure you place the front pieces very well before taking the dart so there won't be any error. At this point, I have gone ahead to take the dart, as you can see, and I've done the same thing for the lining part also, as you can see. So I've gone ahead to place it together, and they are lined because the darts were taken properly. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to use the lining to turn them. So you're going to be turning the neck part. You're going to turn with your hemming gum, so it will give you a really neat finishing. Turn the neck part and top stitch just like you do for your normal neckline. Turn your armhole and also top stitch, and then turn this front center part and the V part. So I hope you understand, but do not turn this part because that's where you're going to be removing the front pieces from. I hope this was clear for you to understand. So let me try it again to explain it. So you need to turn the neck part with your hemming gum, turn the armhole, and then turn the center part where your button is going to lay, and then the down V part. Here is the back part. See how it's looking so beautiful. Our dart has been well sewn. So for the lining piece also, you're going to be turning the neckline. Make sure you are facing it. The right side is facing the right side, like the good part is facing the good part of the lining. So turn it with your hemming gum also. Turn the neck and turn the 2 armhole part, and also turn the down part, all with your hemming gum, but do not turn the sides. So leave the sides open. Here's what it looks like after turning it. See the front side. I've gone ahead to top stitch at the neck and the armhole, and then I left the hole where I brought it out from the back side to the front side. As you can see, I used the hemming gum. So I'll just go ahead to remove it to the good part and iron it very well. So all these sharp edges, you need to put in your scissors. Don't forget to put in your scissors, and then give it a very good press. Make sure that you iron it in such a way that the lining will be hidden through the hemming gum. This is the back side. I'll go ahead to iron it also. So guys, here is it after ironing it very well. As you can see, it's looking so flat and it's looking so beautiful. This is the beauty of actually making use of your hemming gum when turning anything. It actually gives it a very neat finishing. So now we are going to be joining the shoulder to the shoulder. Place the good part of the back to the good part of the front like this, and then you're going to pass through the opening. That's the reason why we left the opening at the side. So use the opening to just put your hand through and just bring it out to the other side. Sorry, at this point I didn't know that my camera wasn't really capturing it very well, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. So at this point I had to just pin it down. I'll show you the other side also. I pray that my camera actually captured it very well. So you're going to be joining it with 1/2 inch. Just make sure that it aligns very well. Make sure it aligns so that you'll be having something like this at the end of the day. Let me try explaining it one more time. The way it is, put your hand on through one side. It can be the front, it can be the back, and then place it together like this and bring it out through that side. And then make sure that where the lining is aligns with the lining, and where the material part is aligns with the material part. Sorry again, my hand did not reach the camera at this point too. So I'll go ahead to sew them with 1/2 inch and show you guys what I have. So this is the shoulder after joining it. As you can see, it's very perfect. So now we are going to be closing the sides. So just go ahead to place it the way it is, right side facing the right side, and then you're going to just not sew it like this. You're not going to join it like this as the normal this thing, because it is a jacket. You can't just join it normally. So this is what you do. Go ahead to open it up at this point. As you can see, just make sure that you get your sewing allowance very perfectly, because you're going to be turning everything inside. So you're going to start from the armhole. Make sure that the armhole connects with the armhole, and then the length of the top is going to also connect with the length of the top. So join it from one side round through the lining part with the side seam allowance. So here is it after turning it. As you can see, I only turn one side, and then I'm going to bring out to the good part from the other side that is open, since we've not closed that side yet. And then we are going to now close this other side. As you can see, it is aligning very well and it's looking neat and very perfect. So for the other side, we're going to be doing the same thing also. You're just going to connect it, but this other one, you're going to be starting from the lining, from one side of the lining. You can go up with about 3 or 4 inches before you connect it with the chest line. See where the chest line is. So just go ahead to go up with about 3 or 4 inches before the chest line, and then start sewing round. But you're not going to reach the end of the lining part. You're going to leave space. You can leave allowance of 3 inches and then sew it very tight. Just leave allowance where you're going to use it to bring it out to the right side. That's just the essence of the allowance. So I'm going to keep this space, this amount of space. I'll just go ahead to sew it and show you guys what I have. So guys, here is it after I was done sewing it. I kept allowance. So the allowance is going to be for me to bring it out to the right side. So I'll just go ahead to pull it out through that small space. My space was all actually up to 3 inches. That's why I had to struggle while bringing it out. Watch up to this point. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like and also drop a comment. And if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do well to subscribe, so it will encourage me to post more interesting sewing tutorials. So at this point, I was done bringing it out. As you can see, the small hole is still there, so you can go ahead to close it like this, or you just leave it like that. It won't actually matter since it is at the inner part. So guys, here is it. I'm going to just go ahead to fix my buttonhole and also fix my button, and that will be all for the making of this blouse. So thank you so much for watching up till the end. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, please like the video, and also comment. This will help YouTube to push this video to other viewers who are interested in watching it. Thank you so much guys, and see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now. Sorry, it wasn't mine, so there was no way I could wear it, but I'm going to also try to show you the pictures and video of my clients of how she wore it. Thank you. Bye.